All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the daily money market. It's actually another video in terms of analysis, and we want to go through in the market and again to recap what has been happening. For last week. So the biggest news on last week it was consumer price index, the U.S. consumer price index that comes last week, and we saw after it drops on Thursday, a lot of instrument they start having a little bit of movement. So we're gonna go and just to recap a little bit of what it's been happening, but the videos already are there on online that you can be able to check in terms of what happened and in terms of the numbers itself, and again the estimation numbers that they were estimated last week. So in terms of this week, the biggest one, I believe the biggest one is the European Central Bank press conference where they're gonna announce the cutting of the interest rate. So we're expecting maybe European Bank again, ECB, to cut the interest rate with 25 basis points at the moment. To cut with the 25 basis, they already cut with the 25 basis points on the previously, but again we're expecting to cut 25 basis points because the US has already cut with the 50 basis points. So definitely that's what we are looking forward for this week in terms of the biggest news on the calendar. But again, there's earnings that are rolling at the moment, bank earnings, technology company earnings as well. These are earnings that are pushing the instrument to have a little bit of movement. But before we won't go further, let's go through and actually recap some of the news that happened last week. And all right, so in terms of high impact news, high impact volatility news, this is how this week it looks like. Mondays we saw a lot of bank holiday from Japan, bank holiday from Canada, and as well as bank holiday from United States. There was a little bit of format member Willie speaking on Monday, but not much in terms of high impact volatility. The volatility starting on Tuesday, from GBP 8 a.m. There's a climate account change that will come from Great British Pounds. So we're expecting GBP and all correlated instrument to GBP to have a high movement in the market. Opportunities are there for people to be able to trade. 2:30 p.m. There's Canadian CPI, Consumer Price Index from Canada. So again, Canadian dollar and all correlated instrument to Canadian dollar, they might have high impact volatility. So if you wanna, you can be able to go and check it out in terms of Canadian dollar, and as well as in New Zealand dollar as well. They're having also consumer price index. Moving on Wednesday, there's consumer price index from Great British Pounds. Again, 8 a.m. that is coming on Wednesday. That's a big one day, to be able to trade high, all euro instrument, as well as UK 100, FTSE 100, German 30, France 40. They are there, all those instruments to be able to be traded, especially when there's news like this. Then again, we're seeing ECB, President Jesse speaking. 8:40 p.m. That will be Wednesday late. Thursday, employment change from Australian dollar, employment rate from Australian dollar again. 2:15 p.m. main refining rate from Europe. Again, that's where we're seeing the monetary policy statement again coming from Europe. So we're expecting in terms of cutting the interest rate there because of 2:45 there will be ECB press conference that will happen 2:45. So we're expecting Madam Jessie to actually give us a report and how they're going to cut the interest rate. If you remember, after Madam Jessie cut the interest rate with 25 basis points, what she said they're going to be a data dependence. So it's not like each and every month they will be start cutting the interest rate with the same measures, but they will depend with the data that comes. Then they can be able to make a decision or make a choice from there. So we saw last month they put it the interest rate on a pause. They didn't cut or they didn't increase. So we're expecting this month to actually at least cut by 25 basis points. So Friday, the last one is GBP retail sales. So we can see that the week itself, it's Great British Pounds, Australian dollar, a lot of consumer price indexes, CPI, and as well as monetary policy from Europe. So that's in terms of high impact volatility itself, where you can see opportunity and you can jump in and make something out of it if you are in a trading market. All right. just a reminder, please note that there's a link on the description. If you want to open a trading account, you can click that link and sign up, and register for a trading account and be able to get all these bonuses and take advantage of this analysis to use them via trading. So when it comes to last week, as you said, that we're gonna do a little bit of a recap. There was USCPI, that also consumer price index rises at 0.2% month to month. The expectations was 0.1%, so they did good there. US September core CPI 3.3% year to year. The estimation was 3.2 year to year. So that was the results in terms of consumer price index that come last week. In terms of the trading diary, Monday, as we said, on a high impact volatility, that he was speaking, Chairman Bekin, and again PPI is coming as well from Europe, and as well as JP Morgan earnings as well. They're coming. Remember, we said it's also on the earnings season, so we're gonna expect a lot of companies, to report their earnings. So JP Morgan earnings are coming. So BEC, G5 earnings as well. They're actually, coming on Thursday. That's where there was a European Central Bank, ECB decisions in terms of interest rates. Again, what else? UK inflation, Wednesday as well. It's happening, so we have to look out in terms of that as well. But when it comes to March, in terms of technology as well, we are seeing VW and Mercedes-Benz are getting left in the dusty by the Chinese EV. So the Chinese EV have been really, 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 pushing the market, producing these electromobile cars more than the Europeans. That's why they're getting a lot of sanctions and so on because of so this is how the market is actually, looking at present. And right now we're looking at gold. Gold is sitting at a price of 2,654 at particular time. My anticipation is actually to move a little bit higher to 2,667. If it's not that much in terms of height, maybe we might say it might move to 2,660, 2,660, which is it's really, really, a bigger move in terms of movement. And to those that already rolled gold, already entered from yesterday, right now they're ripping up the profits. So the market goes all the way up. That's what we're expecting in terms of gold. UK 100, we already analyzed this trade. It's pushing the price down, but it will have a little bit of a recovery. But I think it has to get to 8,219. That's where it's going to start now to do the bullish recovery. Of course, the Prime Minister Stam was speaking as well. That didn't actually, pushes anything in terms of the market that we see. But again, we're expecting when it comes to European Central Bank ECB decisions, then this instrument can now start having a positivity. Maybe it can now start a positivity that can go back up to 8,331. France Forte, the same, it's been depreciating today. Look at all this, volatility. Where I'm expecting the market to move to 7,494, at least this zone. At least this zone. If we take it from there, we could have already right now having a really, really, smile. All right. All right, Nasdaq. Here's Nasdaq. I think Nasdaq today it might drop a little bit. We've been anticipating that Nasdaq should, at least drop a little bit. But the market has been keeping it on a range, on the same position. I think since from beginning of this week on Monday. So anticipation, of course, is to see Nasdaq a little bit of a dip. At least to 20,255. Remember, this Nasdaq has just break a new record again to 20,555. That's very, very a new highest record. I think also S&P 500 has breaks 54 records in a single year. 54 records in a single year. So we're anticipating just a little bit of drop, but look where S&P 500 is sitting, 5,856. Never happened before, but actually happened this year. So we anticipating just a little bit of drop, not that much, in terms of affecting the markets. But if we go all the way to ECB, maybe that's where it will start again to correcting from this position. But this week, I'm anticipating this instrument, S&P 500, US 30, which is Dow Jones, Nasdaq, to actually have a little bit of dip. Right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Keep subscribing, share with the other guys, if they want to, learn a little bit about the market. But don't forget, there will be a link if you want to open up a trading account. You can check it out, that link. If you want me to assist you in terms of, adding you on a groups where you can see market setup or market analysis, so that you can get a little bit of idea where the market is going at a particular day that you want to trade, you can actually DM me. But again, thanks a lot for actually watching.